Oh, hey there, Sagittarius. You always put a smile on my face. I think there's good humor surrounding this sign and this time in the month of March, Sagittarius. It's really good. Whether you got moon, sun, or rising, or you watch it, but watch Sagittarius in harmony, I feel, for March, in the emergence of the vernal equinox. Watch as Sagittarius is the one cracking the jokes. Sagittarius is the one putting the smile on people's faces. Sagittarius is the one moving with that confidence that make other people be like, you know what, I'm glad to know that person. I'm super pumped. I'm super stoked on so-and-so. And that so-and-so is you if you're Sagittarius. Okay, this is a general reading for you and the other, or you and where your focus lies. Whatever is in your vision or in your mindset as you wish, as you're connecting through the video. If you just let the messages channel, let the words do like kind of the ladder work for your own thoughts, that's perfect too. But there's general readings, so it might not apply to everybody, vice versa apply. Oh, 30 days OAC, no money down. Okay, I'll never charge you for a reading because I don't do private readings. All right, Sagittarius. Why am I making it about me? Well, I want to express. There, you are expressive this month. There is this humor and this expression that's coming out. I feel a strong day for you is going to be like around the 8th or the 10th, right around the corner here. There's going to be really cool a week in particular. I feel in the middle of this month where you're engaged and you're the light of the party, or whatever, however they say that, right? You're the life of the party. Yeah, right on. Or light, whatever, it all works good. Oh, sorry, we forgot. Oh, here, I'll leave that 7 up there. I'm not going to talk about it just yet because my fingers did the wrong thing there. Bottom of the deck, you got the World card up here. It's a heavy hitter from the Major Arcana, a completion cycle. Thinking globally, that mindset where it's like you do have a good ability to see the bigger picture, and that the reason be it is because you are considerate of others as a collective. And that's not a trait that a lot of people exude or express or act upon in their daily lives. So hopefully you're coming into some recognition for that. And hopefully with whatever you're dealing with, because just saying that it could mean the world to you. And you could be very, very emotionally invested, very passionately invested, Sagittarius, with all that fire energy. You're just like making a bigger fire. All right. And the 7 of Cups, it came off the top. Whether that be, it's here in our reading, okay? So, this is future decisions. This is you looking out into your destiny, which is your life path, and wondering what might cross the road down the line, 40 miles or 4 years from now, that kind of thing. And it happens when, I feel, when you are considering other people, and that's the people that are closer to you now, rather than community, like family members, or the well-being of someone that you care about. It could be aging parents for some of you, where it's just like this is playing more onto your mind now than it has been at other times before, and the bridges in life that are inevitably needed to be crossed. That's what the 7 of Cups also. And if we look at it from the emotional intelligence, which is that dreamy metaphorical, the water element that Cups and the Piscean energy that we're in right now is flowing with or moving forward on. When we look at it in that context, it's like it's doing well, and you're bringing joy to the situation, which is really good to see that, because a lot of these inevitable Mercury retrograde, inevitable bridges that we need to pass, we can see them coming for a long time, and as we move closer to them, it's like, well, is the bridge out? Is the bridge safe? Are we going to be able to get across? All these kind of things, and it's more like a metaphor for when there are certain inevitabilities that will involve you, and you're choosing to acknowledge them. I feel you're choosing to think about them as there may be some more extra time on your hands. We're in a month of like weird daylight savings time, where it's like people are like feeling that desire to sleep in or be go to bed a little bit earlier, all that weird stuff. It's like circadian rhythms being affected. But I won't talk from that. It's just weird that card came out first, and it came out off the top. And for being that dreamy kind of self-oracle, self-talisman type energy on the path or on the destiny, so to speak. All right. Oh, and now we move right into this Eight of Cups here. So this is the progression. This is the getting through the feeling in evaluation, because there is evaluation in both of these cards in the 7th or 8th. There's evaluation to turn around and see what things would be like in the rear view mirror, which is definitely a part of seeing things clearly from all angles. But then there's also this card of deliberation and wonder. So you got to look at it as a mild progression. So what it's letting me know to tell you is if that you're clouded or confused by looking at things and not being able to understand them, try and get a sense of what it feels like without them. Okay? Yeah. All right. And the Emperor's here. Wow. This is kind of like a direct forthright type energy. This is somebody that is in control. This is somebody that speaks for the greater good or speaks for the community. The Emperor is, in a way, he's the spokesman of the tarot. When the Emperor comes out in any given reading, it's like you really need to pay attention to the cards. And we see it here with this other heavy hitter, the Emperor and the World, both out here. We need to put an end, I feel, to this confusion, or we need to progress. We need to get into 9 and 10 of Cups energy. It's not a hard thing to do. It is not always the easiest thing to do. In fact, it can be very difficult, but it happens more often than we think. It just doesn't only happen once or twice a lifetime. This stuff occurs, like, for some people it occurs on moon cycles, and for other people it's more like, maybe Mars transits and stuff like that, where it's just like, you go through 7, 8, 9, 10 of Cups, you do it, and then a few years go past, and you do it again and they're all on subtle and different levels. But the Emperor, I feel, is really here. It's like you need to be attentive, Sagittarius, to your own matters of your intuitive self, right? This is about raising the roof on intuition for Sagittarius, and you're one of the most intuitive and psychic players in the game. Signs on the table. I don't know how to say that exactly right. So maybe the Emperor is there to command you or to encourage you to say, hey, let's be more intuitive, and let's find some intuitive problem solving. If you're faced with a real Emperor at this time, or if you're being forced or you are self-imposing something upon your own reality that your body or your higher self might not be in agreement with or in accordance to. Okay. It's like they're reading me the riot act. Well, I don't know. This is the Emperor comes. Page of Cups. Oh yeah, she's there. But the question is there a loud difference? She's on the shore. She's selling seashells on the seashore, and this lady is overlooking all of the oceans. Right. So this is a matter of perspective. How do we see and what do we talk about at the start of the reading, where it's like, you are bringing benevolence to the situation because you're considering the well-being of the collective, right? And this is all about perception. This is all about your knowingness in greater things, greater spiritual things even, and greater emotional intelligence. And if it feels like it kind of comes and goes, these cards want me to let you know that it doesn't have to come and go, that you are in control of that perspective. You just need to put yourself back in that global, that head of community, right, with this Emperor here, mentality, and you'll be able to see things where you'll be capable of such great things. And it could be even to the point where it's like you're guiding a multitude of others on something. All right. So that could be a project down the road. Remember we talked about those inevitable bridges, or that place where like it's coming in space and time, where it's like, well, it almost feels predestined, right? But nothing is. You have the power of will. The 5 of Cups coming up. This is a call with the 8 of Cups. Is the 8 of Cups still in this reading? Yeah. with these two cards up together, it's the double confirmation, the double negative. Keep moving forward, and don't feel regret for that thing we just talked about, where if you're self-imposing something that your higher self is not in alignment with, don't beat yourself up for it. It's just make the conscious intention to know to change, to care about enough how you feel, right? Because the cups are feeling their emotion. Care about those emotions enough so that they can move you to a point on anything that you may be stuck with. It's limitless, it's powerless, or it's powerful and it's limitless, right? And what are they? Yeah. Okay. So before we get too long-winded, I'll cover there, Sagittarius. I wish you all the best, and we'll see you next time.